Everybody's got enough time now in Modern Warfare to make an opinion about the game. They have enough time to play a lot of different things that they're not used to playing, and that things that they are used to playing. There's been new guns, there's been new content, there's been everything. We've had enough time to make a judgment on this game, and I think overall the judgment is a very positive thing. And so is mine. And I don't want anything that I say to take away from that in and of itself. I think that this is one of the best Call of Duties that we've had in a very long time. I think that they have done the best job, I think we can say, supporting it so far. They have done the best job adding new content that's actually good for it. And they've had the best model of how they're going to charge for money, not have supply drops, and still have cosmetic items that are worth buying. The battle pass with free guns in it. I don't want anything I say to take away from that. I don't want this video's tone to have a tone from 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, even on YouTube, where people just complain about the Call of Duty game, particularly in Black Ops 1. Where the trend of the number one trend thing to do to get viewers was to just complain about the game and the current state of the game, and why certain things sucked, and why David Vonderhaar isn't listening to the community anymore, and how Treyarch's gone to shit with this boring game. And so I don't want that to be the mood of the video. I am done with that as an emotion. I'm done with that as a video, and I'm done with watching that type of content. So I'm certainly not going to be making it. That being said, I just want to go over some things about Modern Warfare that keep me from playing it. The things that over the session make me quit early, or the things that make me not come back as quickly from my last session. And again, I'm not saying everything I'm saying is 100% true. I'm not saying that these are all things that need to be fixed, and I'm not really complaining. I think well, you know what? Fuck that. I am complaining. And these are, I guess you could say, these are my complaints about Modern Warfare. I just don't want it to sound like I'm saying fix it, Call of Duty, Activision. That's not what I'm trying to do here. So the first one is that I don't like a lot of the maps in this game. As we know, they've departed from the classic 3-lane style map, and I miss it. And I miss that style of Call of Duty. I miss that style of movement. I enjoy the maps like Crash, where we get to experience things like that. And I think there are too many angles and too many bottlenecks of angles for the maps to be fun is the way they are in Call of Duty. There are certain areas in Call of Duty where you can just run through and have quick movement through large portions of the map, because there is only one or two or maybe even three lines of sight that can see you. And because of that, it gives you an added protection for quicker movement. That is, I think, one of the things that people complain about. Oh, this game rewards campers. And that's just because if you can sit at one angle and see 8-9 different vantage points, you can hold one different spot and hold 8-9 different angles, I guess is what I meant to say there. And that's something that rewards camping, and that you can stay still and still see a lot of action, which is something that isn't traditional with Call of Duty in its history. So that the argument of there's only 6 good maps, I think they call it the only 6 argument, or 6 good maps argument. I think it is a little bit bullshit because the main point being against that is there's the gunfight, all the gunfight maps, there's the ground war maps, there's the 10v10 maps, there's all sorts of different map in this game, and so you can't say that all of them suck because there's so many. But I think that the point with that only 6 argument is not that they all suck as a whole, but the point being the main part of this game, the meat and potatoes, the Call of Duty aspect, the domination, kill confirmed TDM type games, you're playing in these weird vantage point maps where you can see so much from one spot. And I think that that's the complaint that people have about the maps, and I think that is a little bit of a valid criticism. And I think it's an easy fix. Just add some old maps. Like it's a quick fix too. It's quick and easy. You just import some of Call of Duty's most, beloved maps from history, and that solves the problem. Or, if you want to do something cool, remake some maps, or not remake, make. Just make some new maps that have the 3-lane system, add them to the game, right? That's obviously a big thing to do, especially probably at this game's life cycle. But adding old maps is a surefire way to just to fix that complaint. And even a little bit different is taking the same map but completely reskinning it so it looks like a completely different map, but just functions, the pathways, the layout is exactly the same. Number 2, skill-based matchmaking. Every game that I'm in is a sweaty match. It's the very peak of my ability, and that is. It sounds, I think, great on the outside, but when you're really putting in hours of this game, a lot of the balance that Call of Duty experiences is the randomness balance. And the way that you balance out, I think, having one amazing god tier player is not by trying to put him with the best players that you can put him with, but by rather putting the worst players on his team. That is a type of skill-based matchmaking that we've seen in Call of Duty in years past, and I think it works fine. You take the best person in the game and you put the worst people on his team. It's a very simple way to do it. You have random matchmaking, so everybody joining is based on just connection, and then from there you split the teams. And I think that is a fantastic way to do things, and it really makes me sad every Call of Duty that's not the way that it's the matchmaking works. And I think the last time we saw that might have been Modern Warfare 3. I could be completely wrong about this, but I think Modern Warfare 3 was the last time that I at least remember hearing about that type of matchmaking. And it's beautiful, because the only way to really balance a team of one god tier player just running an Xcal or a Sandy Ravage running around the map is to put all of the shitty players on his team and make him do the work of 6 players on his own. But it doesn't allow me to play this game casually. It doesn't allow me to just say, "Oh, I'm gonna hop on Modern Warfare. I'm gonna just have some fun. I'm just gonna shoot the ship rather, and just kind of listen to some podcasts while I play, listen to some music, talk to friends, do whatever." Anything else I want to do, watch some Netflix. You can't do that at the same time. You have to have your headset on, you have to have your volume cranked, and you have to be trying hard the entire fucking game to win. Otherwise, you're having this frustrating experience where you're getting your ass kicked over and over and over again in situations where you feel like you should win. The third reason is a little bit, I think, more specific to me. It's the trade-off, or rather battle between PC precision and console aim assist. For me, this is very frustrating because I'm in the process of switching over right now. It's been about a month of me playing on PC, and I'm still getting to the point where I'm definitely now, I think, more comfortable using my mouse and keyboard than my controller, but I'm not to the point where I'm, better than I was at my peak with the controller. And so I have frustrations with aim where I'll be playing in a console lobby or be playing matched up in a gunfight against somebody on console, and you'll see the kill cam, and it's like, oh, well, we were shooting and having the same experience missing while shooting, except the only difference is that your aim assist pulled you in and, got the kill. And so that's a frustrating thing for me, is when I lose gunfights to people in that are doing the same thing that I'm doing. The only difference is they have the added benefit of their sight being just pulled onto the body. And so there's nothing like, what can I do about that other than get good, you know what I mean, or not play crossplay. But if I don't play crossplay, I'm just playing against the people that have been playing on PC for years now and have a lot more experience. So I don't know that there's anything other than just a complaint to that. I think that's literally just me bitching. Maybe the better I get, the less that'll be a problem. The fourth thing is the headshot multiplier. It's a little bit of it's strange because it doesn't seem like that big of a deal on the outside to me, that just from just looking at it on paper, just reading about it. But when in practice, I find myself constantly having this experience where I find somebody, I start locking on a target, I start hitting shots first. I hit more shots than them, but all of a sudden I die and lose the gunfight. And the only thing that I can think that to be is the headshot multiplier. They shoot me once or twice in the head, and boom, it doesn't even matter how many times that I've gotten to them before. All that matters is, they've dropped me instantly. And that can be a frustrating thing, and I can't tell, should you be rewarded for the precision? Because in Call of Duty, it seems to be, there's a certain amount of headshots that are just luck in Call of Duty, because it's so, the faster it is, the more twitch it is, the more you just need to get to center mass, the less likely you are to actually be going for headshots. And so it's a little bit something I go back and forth on. How much is it luck? Is it skill? But that's what I got today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Maybe like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe for more, and follow me in the description on Twitch if you're interested in some live streams.